So it's a pretty exciting week, T-Mac.
It's been a very exciting week, man.
It's been good for me. It's been good for you. I've had a lot of positive vibes early in the week.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of good things to think about and a lot of good things for us, to ponder, because today is a special day.
It's a one-of-a-kind podcast day for us, man. We've got an international guest of,
high caliber.
You cannot measure this guy's talent.
The highest.
His humor, his association with some of the richest people in the world.
Incredible achievements.
Yes.
Incredibly
good looking.
He's a very attractive man.
Sartorially. It's a very difficult word to say.
I've had to be tied in my chair to stop myself from leaping on him. Mid-podcast.
I'm sitting on his lap now, and things are moving.
Is it a warm? He's wearing wool pants as well. How's that on your?
It's a bit scratchy under there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Kind of nice though. Like
look. I'm not going to deny it.
Yeah,
it's feeling tight.
You know what? Just go with it, because I don't think that it's not wrong to enjoy those sort of things.
What else can I do?
We've got Greg Barrett in the studios today.
Greg Barrett, international man of mystery.
Yeah. Hi guys. Thank you for that. Oh, way over the top.
Comic
intro.
Mastermind. Author of 2 books. Three books. He's just not that into your anus. That was the first one.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking rim job. I think that was the follow-up to that.
Yes, that's it.
And the third one I'm not yet familiar with.
Well, it's actually the second one. It's called The Breakup Because I'm Going to Break You In. And it's a rape book. Yeah. And it's a prison book. That's what I should say. That sounds nicer. It's a prison book.
Yeah. It's straightforward.
And pretty straightforward. Yeah. It's about being a bitch.
Now, Greg, of course. Try not to be intimidated by the equipment that we have in the studio.
I mean, look, every podcast is different. Some guys just do this straight into a can that's attached to a string. Some guys have headphones and the whole deal. This is nice. This is like, you guys are right in the middle. This is mid-level fine. You know what I mean? And we are all crowded together around this like we're cold.
We're pretty proud.
We're warming our hands by it, and it's neat, you know?
I want to point out that we've got 3 laptops set up. 2 of them don't actually work. They're actually they're demo models.
We got them at IKEA.
They're just plastic, but it's just to impress you.
Greg. Just so that it looks like, I mean, I just recorded my little 2-minute thing. I just shouted into my phone. I'm not even sure it was on.
Yeah.
And I'm not actually sure I made a podcast.
Really?
I never know.
Did you want to test it on air here, or do you want to? Nah.
No.
Okay, let's say that.
Podcast within a podcast. That's some Inception kind of.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a lot of different levels. If we do that, I want to be on the snow level.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The
skiing is
really deep.
Skiing is really deep into
the deepest we can get in there.
I like that movie.
Nice and deep, and it's a nice movie.
I have to say I haven't seen it.
How have you not seen it?
It was on television, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and I missed it.
And
that is one of the very true theater movies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It would be good if they do it, if you can see it in a second.
Is that the one with Gallagher? Was he in that?
Yes, it's Liam Gallagher.
Oh, right.
Is in it.
Basically he paints his face half blue and half white, and they basically find out there's some aliens, and Will Smith has to go back in time and save.
Sure. And then there's one dog left.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it.
Okay, I'll check that out. Netflix.
Did you follow it the whole way through, Greg? Like, did you Inception? Was it a?
I don't follow any. I can't tell you how many times I've watched a movie and then seen it a second time and realized I didn't get any of it the first time.
Yeah, big time.
You know what I mean? Where you're like, I didn't get the plot of this fucking thing at all, but I loved it. I knew I was super excited and I cried at all the right places. I have no idea what the story is. I mean, that's why I like a rom-com. It's not that hard to figure out what's happening in Notting Hill. Like you're kind of with it. You kind of know where that's going to go. I didn't understand Inception for a second. I just knew that I was excited by Tom Hardy's shirts, which were pajama-like, and then also just the levels and all the sounds.
The horn, the sounds, it's all.
Well, The Notebook is one that I really have trouble getting my head around, and that's why they show it every month on Australian television.
So you can get your. So that you can figure it out.
Absolutely.
It's got different levels. You know, it's got like, what's that thing in computer games? There's little Easter eggs. Where you go to an even deeper level of the Notebook. It's pretty, you get down into the dark shit.
I'll get there.
You're right down in Rachel McAdams' underwear.
I'll get there.
I mean, we're not going to complain about that. That all sounds good.
So you're in Australia, a 3-month tour.
Well, yeah, or 3. Well, it's now until June, so it's 8 weeks is what it is.
Okay.
8 weeks.
And it's already been 3 days.
Okay.
And you're already on Generational. Wow, what an early highlight to the trip.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I mean, this is it's over. This is like now it's just going to be like the Bataan Death March. It's just going to be long and slow.
Peak too early.
I'm already tired of my act after 2 nights of doing 20 minutes. And, I'm excited, because I feel like we have a pretty good fan base down here, Dave and I do, and we, from our podcast, and I've only done the Sydney, Melbourne
run
thing,
yeah.
And so I don't feel authentic enough. I haven't been out to the Gold Coast or whatever. Like I want to be able to say I went here and I went here, and I actually know and understand Australia because I'm such a fan.
Can you see,
the exception of the things that eat like the. Every time you go to Australia, one of your American friends goes, dude, check, like, I can't tell you how many people sent pictures of, like, fucking spiders eating cows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like a frog that's inside of a car, that's inside of another thing. Like, there's all this, like, yes, I get it. There's horrible, hopefully not in the city areas where I am or my hotel room.
Not unlike some of the American burgers on offer these days. You get a frog in a car on a bun with 2 pieces of cheese, 12 pizzas.
Gourmet burger.
Is that like, are they... Do you living here? Do you come across insects? Like I'm just visiting, so like as a person who lives here.
You'll see the odd spider.
Not in your bathroom.
Yeah,
not in your bathroom.
Absolutely.
How big is your bathroom?
You're looking at.
Oh, that's okay. I'm talking about this guy.
I'm
talking about that guy.
The size of his hand he's putting out there, like tarantula size.
No,
not really.
I mean, because
you may though on your tour because we're in the city.
Yeah,
so clearly you're going to be a bit more further out in the bush.
If I do, I'll just puke immediately, or cry, or one of those things, or pray.
You know, it's funny. You go to the official spider website. They say to do that. Puking is a good way to fend off the spider.
Projectile puke.
Yeah. See, this for some reason on my page where you would go for my tour dates, it doesn't start till next month, but I actually start on Monday. So I don't know where the first month fucking shows are.
So you have no idea where you are.
And also, if you click this, it just takes you back to the same page.
The buy tickets.
Can I tell you something? Yeah. Websites are horseshit.
Yeah.
They're just horseshit.
Yeah.
I should just every day you just tweet out where you are.
Yeah.
And I guess these things kind of sell out on their own. They don't need. You know what I mean?
Well, with your name in the headline.
Yeah, great.
No.
Come on. Get out of it. Come on. Headliner.
No, but I think that those things, they come to the town. The towns know that they're coming, and so it's an event.
Yeah, true.
I did one through Canada, and it was like that just for last thing, and you would go to these towns, and they would just come out. They didn't care who it was. And it was fun. I'm going to throw up in a minute.
Yeah,
cool.
No spiders. No spiders in this room. No spiders after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw the Axis of Awesome last night. Same deal. It was just packed. Absolutely packed. I didn't know
Axis of Awesome.
The Axis of Awesome.
Is that a comedy show?
3 dudes. They do a lot of singing. They're singing some comedy
they're from
stuff.
Canada.
I think they're Australian. They might be.
Oh, wait. Yes. I saw them. That's right. The reason I think that is because I think I was on a gala with them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then there's also a gala when you
They've done a few. They've done a few of those, yeah. So they were pretty good as well. But it gets a lot of following, this comedy festival stuff.
It does. Aussies love their stuff. And in fact, and American comic store is really huge down here. And you know who's made it really big? And I know you ran with them. Well, you didn't run with them, but he was one of our contemporaries. You were a bit ahead of him. Arj Barker.
Arj Barker. Oh, no, I knew Arj. Yeah, because he grew up in Marin, where we grew up. I knew Arj.
The funniest story is that when Dave and I were running that comedy room at the Flatiron. Arj had never really been on stage a little bit, and he kept going, "Could we get on stage? Can we get on stage?" And Dave and I just kept knocking him back. Nah. This kid's be shit.
A little bit of backstory for the listeners. Tim and Greg are buddies.
No, we're not.
Pretty much.
No, Greg didn't remember me.
We are old soulmates. I remembered you when we were like, oh, right, there, the Flatiron. I had a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
I had a hard time remembering family members. Or maybe the other way around, but that's all right. But Arj was in that crew of people that started around the same time. Obviously, you and Dave were friends. And
he's huge down here.
Massive,
And he lives here, I think, now. So
he was smart. He came down here, and he's got I think he's just got the right vibe for here too.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen him once down here, and it's a very
he's chill,
tailored, laconic.
Tailored set, like really, like you can tell it's just extremely thought out and just really, there's no kind of, I don't know. Not my cup of tea.
He doesn't move his hands much. He stands still.
Well,
is that what you're
he's
saying?
doing it in a straitjacket.
Yeah. So he's basically tied to a chair
with no pants.
Yeah, that's.
I think you guys are thinking about a murder you committed. That's all right. I think you guys are thinking, or you maybe actually be thinking about Reservoir Dogs. But yes, yeah. Arch just does this thing. I've known him for a long time. It was always that thing in the early days where if you were with a girl, you needed to stay away from Arj because he would just.
Really?
He'd be on your lady.
Is it the charm? Really? Is it the look? What was it?
He would just be, he just working it. I didn't have any problem. I didn't lose any ladies to him, but I'd also be like, dude, just fucking stop sniffing.
Yeah, take it easy.
Stop it.
Get your nose out of there.
Get your nose out of there.
Well, let's get into it.
Let's go to some music. We'll come back.
Jam-packed. Episode 79 will be jam-packed. Stick around. Generational and Greg Barrett.
And we're back at Generational. Joshua and T-Mac with very special guest hosts.
You ready for it? You ready for this?
Okay.
Are you guys ready? Hang on. I know that was good, T-Mac. That was really good, but...
It's Generational with special guest Greg Barrett.
Okay,
wow, that was nice,
man.
That's
the first time we've ever done anything like that. I'm not sure I like it.
Amazing.
I'm not sure I like. But I mean, for Greg's benefit, yeah, let's do that.
We have exceeded our budget for this week.
That's amazing. You spent that on the reverb? That was excellent. That was all a little wet. That was nice.
It took me 3 hours. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So there you go, listeners. A little bit of special effects for you.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a special episode, so I thought I'd bring out something special. Tim's giving me the look that he gives when it's like, Josh, what the fuck?
No, that's fine. I mean, it's a far cry from episode 1 where you had bells and whistles, sound
the comedy
effects, and
horn,
things like that.
I love the comedy horn.
Oh yeah, were you hitting the like the radio, like morning radio, like yeah.
Greg, we even had a chimpanzee.
I know we did. I don't blame you. Really, for real?
Yeah,
it was good. Yeah. It was good, man.
Oh, you ate it? Yeah. Oh, that is fantastic.
Australian cuisine, you're going to have to get used to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, when I was in South Africa, they ate a lot. They ate all of it. You want some ibex? I don't. I just don't. Any food that has an X in it. I don't want ox either.
No,
so
okay.
You know what I mean?
That's fair call.
Pretty close to beef, I would have thought. Or
ox?
Yeah,
it's just that, it's anything in the venison vein is like, if it doesn't have any fat on it, how good is it going to be?
Yeah,
if it doesn't have fat on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you tried kangaroo?
Yeah.
I haven't had any kangaroo.
You can get that at your local Safeway here, which is called Woolworths.
Is it good?
Yeah,
that's a no.
It's a big game. It's a big game.
Yeah. Look, we don't need to that's the thing. I'm like, unless you're going to put a bunch of shit on it.
Yeah.
Cows are perfect. They do the thing. They're all fat and slow and shit, and the stuff comes out. It's nice and bad for you. I don't need I don't want a Thompson's gazelle. I'm all right. Why don't we just let the cheetah have the Thompson's gazelle?
There you go.
I love the fucking cheetah. I love the cheetah. I wish I owned some cheetahs.
So the intro was music that I'd never heard of before.
Mm-hmm. So that was the Reigning Monarchs, Greg Barrett's band.
You guys wouldn't stop talking about it. You love that style of music. I've never heard it before.
It's surf music, really. It's very popular. There was a band out of Australia years ago. They're still around, called the Atlantics.
Oh, really?
And they had a song called Bombora that was very big, and the Crusher. Okay. And they're still around, actually.
Yeah.
And then there's some guys from Midnight Oil now with one of the guys from the Violent Femmes, and they've got a little surf combo going down here.
And of course, there's the all-time classic surf band, The Ventures. Have you ever heard of them?
I've never heard of The Ventures.
Dick Dale.
Dick Dale and The Ventures.
And then there's the early old stuff where you got some, you got your Link Ray and your Dwayne Eddy. There's all that kind of stuff.
Not familiar with them, but
it's pretty. Link Ray, you've heard if you've ever. He has a song called Rumble that they use all the time in movies.
Okay.
And So there's all that good instrumental shit. That's what I like.
Yeah, I like instrumental shit too. Yeah.
Is there any dubstep versions of all these bands, these songs, or
dubstep?
No, because
it's good. Because it's good music.
Right.
This is good music.
I didn't.
There isn't a place in the middle of a surf song for it to like that. Have the whatever.
They just rip up the beat and they sort of throw in a little bit of in the middle there, and then I can sort of do a couple of.
Yeah, let's stay away from that.
Let's stay away from that. All right, let's not do that. Okay, cool. No worries.
Did you want to start? You had a story, something like that, Josh?
I have had something that I've been holding back from you all week, T-Mac.
Okay.
Now, Greg, what we do is we strive for material for the show. We try to not talk to each other during the week because otherwise what are we going to talk about on the show?
Yes, I get that.
So I've been keeping something from T-Mac, and it's literally physically hurting me, T-Mac. So being able to keep it from you has been hard because here's the thing. I have new shoes, all right, and they are killing my feet, and it's the worst, right? So I'm literally walking around the city like I have a limp, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing: I have a new saying that I'm trying to bring into into
the general vernacular.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a vernacular out of this thing. So I've got this saying that I've been saying with my friends a little bit. I want to test it with you guys.
All right.
I want to see what you guys think. Let me just throw it out there for you. Get in the bath.
Right.
Just get in the bath.
Okay.
Get in the bath.
Is that like shut the front door?
Or is that like get with the program?
It's almost like it's like come on, man. It's like be serious with yourself. Just get in the bath.
Clean up your act.
Clean yourself off.
Get in there.
Get in the bath.
Okay. I remember once we were talking earlier. I played football in high school, and our coach was very intimidating and just a bully. But he also was. He would say things. He would very nonsensical every once in a while. I mean, we were all in the locker room one time, and there was a game, and we were winning it.
Naked. And, was it in the showers or?
Well, I mean,
coach was naked too, or
you guys have it any way you want.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, I mean, I remember us all being in uniforms. We were very young, so what you're talking about is a little illegal, but whatever. Anyway, group 17, 18-year-old boys, and the coach gets us in the locker room, and it was halftime of a game, and we were winning. And he goes, you guys are playing some pretty good ball out there. Let me ask you this. Are you going to swallow the olive? And nobody knew what the fuck he was talking about. And I was like, I think, no, literally. I
like olives.
Yeah, or no, I don't. Yeah, do you, I mean, I couldn't tell.
Have a martini, right? Have a martini?
I don't know what. I don't know where it went.
Are you going to swallow the olive?
Are you going to swallow the olive? Yeah, are you going to swallow it?
Get in the bath.
Well, that's the thing I've been telling people already. I refuse. Like, I'm not even explaining it to people. I'm just going around telling people to get in the bath if they're saying something that I'm not, I'm not fond of. Just get in the bath. Get in the bath. And people are looking at me, but I feel like people enjoy it.
Okay.
I feel like it's something that people are getting into. And the reason I bring up the shoes is because I wanted to introduce a new segment to the show, T-Mac.
Okay.
And it's a special, Greg's here, you're here, I'm here, the three of us are here.
Right.
In the Generational Studios.
Yep.
The very fancy Generational Studios. And I want to start the new segment called Get in the Bath. And the first thing I want to get in the bath is my new shoes. So there's my little... That's how I brought it all together.
You lost me there.
I've lost myself a little bit.
So you're telling yourself you want to fuck your shoes up. You want to throw your shoes away.
I want to get my shoes in the bath.
You want to get real about your shoes?
I want my shoes to get in a bath and sort of loosen up because they're hurting my feet.
Well, let's get Greg's opinion. Greg's being that fashion hound he is and the aficionado of all things, fucking kitschy fashion, whatever, whatever it may be, dude. You're in it. Have a look at his shoes. What's going on there? I mean,
are these the shoes you're talking
about?
These
are the shoes that are really hurting my feet.
Well, great. I
don't think it's. I'm looking at them and I'm saying I'm not sure they're worth the pain.
I did spend $50 on them.
There's nothing
How much?
wrong.
They cost me $50.
There's nothing wrong with them except for that they hurt.
Yeah, they hurt a lot. They really, really hurt the back of my feet. I've literally got Band-Aids on the backs of my ankles.
Okay.
That's how much it hurts.
Yeah, it's possible those will, I don't know, if something hurts, I don't wear it.
Yeah, that's
I'm kind of like that, you know.
That's a good point. I like your shoes. They're kind of cool.
These are 1972 Vietnam vet era combat boots that I bought off of
a dead soldier.
I bought them from his wife.
Yeah, okay.
And,
how long were you seeing her?
He wasn't using them.
Sure.
Because he's dead.
Yeah.
But it felt like his boots should go play some
places.
shows.
Yeah.
But they were expensive, And
Greg Barrett turning war into comedy.
Yeah.
Catch
also,
today.
and also, I mean, if you want to help support the veterans, the wives of veterans who are selling their shit, buy a pair of shoes, $250.
There you go.
$250. But I've had them. I wear them constantly. They're sort of worn down now.
That's a fair price. $250.
Yeah, that's a decent pair of shoes.
I got my beard off a artillery man.
Yeah.
This one's from Korea.
Yeah,
but,
that's a good one.
Yeah, thanks, man.
That's nice. I mean, look, dead soldiers are a great source of new fashion. So
start a trend today. You know what I'm saying?
If any of our friends listening are in the military,
we are so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new trend in women's pubic hair fashioning, I should say.
Grooming.
I'm going to get you guys' take on this. Greg, I mean, you've written some books about females and all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. So there's the...
they like to be referred to as all this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I've been on Oprah and she'll say, well, now the new book is about... I'm like, Oprah, it's just about some shit.
It's females and shit.
Women are like... They are what they are. Fucking you're one, and it's just about some shit. Back it up a little bit.
That's why you guys are so tight, you and Oprah.
She's great. Dude.
Yeah,
she is actually really cool.
She seems really cool. You know one complaint I have about her? She can't dance. The woman cannot dance. Yeah, she's got no rhythm, man.
Yeah,
can you teach her something, brother?
No, I don't know that.
Teach her how to skank.
I don't. I would love that. I would love to get down there and just because it's easy to learn.
Yeah,
she. I was telling Dave this. I've talked about this a few times, but if you're around her, you forget that people sort of see her as this like not royalty, but she's sort of other. Yeah. But when you're with her,
she's just chill.
She's just fucking in show business like you are.
Yeah.
She acts like anybody who's backstage at a TV show would act. Like her hair's almost. She's trying to get her line. Like trying to figure out what we're all going to do. And she's chill, man. Yeah. She's really, really cool. Much surprisingly great, and also a great. She is one of those great hosts that, like, it doesn't matter what you say, she fucking laughs. She goes for it. She's really accommodating.
Yeah, that's
she's cool, man. I dig her.
Well, I wonder if she'd be into this new trend. Now, obviously, the Brazilian wax has been around for a long time, and these days, all chicks want to look like a porn star, just like completely shaven, young chicks, older chicks, everything.
And some dudes.
Yeah, well, okay. You like to keep your crack clean?
Yeah. It's
and
about
labia, get the labia and like some
smoothness is what it's all about.
There's a new trend, and it's called the Brazilian mullet, also known as the full bush Brazilian. Have you heard of this?
I don't know about the full bush Brazilian, but basically, I will be Googling it later.
Dude, it's pretty interesting. A slang for it, I think it's like the hippie Brazilian or something like that. Basically, the chicks grow all the hair on the top.
Yeah.
And then they do all full Brazilian underneath, under the labia and under the ass. So it's like, and they let it grow really long, so it kind of hangs over like a bushy 8th grade kid who hasn't had a haircut in a while.
What it sounds like to me, and I think metaphorically it's the right thing, and I actually talk about this a little bit, is a bear trap.
Yeah.
So what it is a nice covering, and then you fucking drop in, and suddenly there's snakes. I mean, that's just what it is.
It snaps shut.
When you just break women down like that, they love it. They love it when you just take them piece by piece.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm sure there are two girls sitting around a microphone right now just going, because I guess there's this new thing going on with cocks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I just think it's I think it's funny because, I mean, it's one of those things with women's issues and girls' issues where they always, they want to be as skinny as models. They want to, they want their pubic mounds to be completely shaven. They want to look like porn stars and all this stuff. So it's kind of a good thing, right?
And we know women. We know women. The generational show is where people come to hear about women.
They do.
Yeah.
That's why I listen to it. I've never. But
you've done some research for your books.
Here's the thing. I think those things just come and go in trends, right? And I don't even know if it's porn stars. I think there's a sexual component to not having hair down there that allows more friction and more, better for women to have a better. Also, it helps you find everything. Like, look, I cleared the grass. Fucking, it's right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
You couldn't find the bean before. And then the other thing is just also pulling some of that hair out of those areas, reduces the stank, bro.
Okay.
Even as a dude, like my wife was like, a little trim, like there's areas where you can where you mean she doesn't want me bald. I'm not a baby.
Yeah.
Right, but just like a nice trim and pull it off the thighs and make it so it doesn't. Yeah, this is neat.
It's neat. It's neat down there. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Why wouldn't it be? Because otherwise, you are sort of creating your own juice.
And we just lost our
Which I'll be
sponsor.
selling it.
We just lost our sponsor, Feminist.com, when Greg referred to the stank of.
But dudes have a stank too.
This
it's
is
a
true.
musk.
Yeah.
It's a musk. Sometimes it's nice, but sometimes if you can smell it through your wool trousers.
Well, it's from under cheese, right? You know, from under cheese. Yeah. From under my balls.
Well,
yeah.
that to me is that's a few days of not.
The same underwear.
Yeah. If you've got like stuff
heavy drug
down
use.
There,
Yeah, big time. Sweating it out, as it were.
If you can run a finger... Okay, let's...
You know what I like about the new trend? It's almost like a vagina bangs, like vagina fringe.
Yes, bangs.
So it's sort of, it's like a styling thing.
Exactly right.
Yeah. They can get a bit of gel and sort of, part it a little bit or something.
Yeah, you can do the soup bowl cut right across the top of it.
Yeah. One's on the sides.
You can do the bob. The bob would be good. The bob.
What's it called? The Brazilian what?
The Brazilian mullet. So you know what a mullet is.
Yeah, I know what a mullet is.
So mullet, short on the top, very long in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a little mullet.
Back in the 80s or
recently? I think I had one
last week.
I think I had I was trying to have like a sub-ironic Strokes one, but it just looked like I had a mullet. I'm just not in the Strokes, so there was no reason for me to...
You wish you were.
I did at one point. But
hey, do you know, I've never played a musical instrument or anything like that, but when I was in college, after I graduated college, I was so heavily into ska that I saw a trumpet in the window of a thrift shop on Market Street in San Francisco. I bought it for like $50.
Yeah.
I signed myself up for a trumpet course because I just wanted to find somebody who needed, in a ska band, who needed just someone to go,
just those blasts. Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do, bro.
Yeah, and how'd it go?
Well, I took the class. He was out of SF State, and he was a stoner, so when I got there, it was a 9 p.m. class. When I got there, he's just like kicking back. He's like, fuck, I'm illin', bro. I can't do this tonight. And I'm like, he killed my spirit. He couldn't teach the class. He couldn't. It was a one-on-one tutorial. He couldn't do it.
That seems
it was
disappointing.
Screwed.
That
could
have been
very
your future.
disappointing.
That could have been your future.
That is maybe the hardest of
instruments.
It's really hard to That's why there's so few good players. Like, it's pitchy and they're hard. Unless it's by itself, it's very difficult.
It's a lot harder than a reed instrument because it takes a lot of lung capacity.
Yeah,
and lip action, which I'm good at, but not on a mouthpiece.
Now, fellas, I've talked to a girl or two in my time. Mm-hmm. Only two. Mm-hmm. And I was on the train the other day, and I heard...
Me too. I've only ever talked to two women, did not care for them.
Was not interested. Second one, you're like, you know what, let's get married.
Yeah, that was it, but I still was... That was very difficult.
The first one was so bad, you're like, I don't want to go through that again.
I don't know. I didn't see what all the fucking fuss was about. Anyway,
so I was on the train coming into work, and I heard a guy talking to a girl. And they were both a little bit younger, but I heard the conversation, and it was a guy chatting to a girl about... his love of comic books and superheroes and stuff, and I could kind of tell that the chick wasn't really into it, but I knew that he was like trying to, he wanted a reason to talk to the girl, and he was trying to come up with topics to like talk to the girl.
Sure.
Right, and so naturally I went over there and I sat next to him.
Yeah.
To hear their combo.
Yep.
All right.
Is she cute?
She was kind of cute. Yeah, she was. That's the thing. She was like she was nerd cute. She was the kind of girl that he would go for. Like
sure.
She was really, really nice, and she was going along with his convo a little bit. And I don't know. I mean, like you're an expert on this sort of stuff. I wanted to get your angle on it because she was trying to make convo with him. She was trying to be nice, and she actually asked him what his superpower would be if he could choose what his superpower would be. He instantly had two answers well thought out. He spoke for 3 minutes on each, gave her a speech, had cue cards, it was all thought out. And she was sitting, she was taking it, she was enjoying it a little bit, like she was just listening to it. But I don't know, is that a good way? Is it about maintaining a conversation with a girl, or does
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid question. That's a like if she was just biding her time, there would have just been, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's neat. I never really. So to actually go with the what would your superpower be? She's actually saying to him, "What are you all about, dude? Let's hear. You're either a creep and you want to be invisible and watch me go to the bathroom, or whatever. So I think that's good. Yeah.
How did
positive.
How did she react?
She reacted well. She asked more questions. She dove in a little bit deeper because the science behind one of his superpowers, it was a little bit flawed. But I was heavily judging him. I'm going to be honest with you guys when I was sitting next to him. But it was still. I thought it was nice that he was trying to talk to the chick.
What were the superpowers?
All right. So the superpower. The first one was he wanted to be able to take a pen and draw a circle on a piece of paper, and then put the hands of a clock in the position of a time, and then he would go back to that time, and then be able to change the past.
That's a real stretch of just I want a time machine. Just say I want a time machine. I want the.
Here's the thing. I'd like a pen.
Yeah.
Well, you've already see that's already okay. And then I'm going to draw a clock. All right. What if you just had a watch where you had the glass off and you just moved the hands? And also, how much for Are you talking about going back a couple of hours? Or is he going to spin the thing 1,000 times to go back?
To go back years, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's lame.
I mean, I think he liked the idea of being able to just make it happen wherever he was. But you'd have to have a pen with you all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he was just trying to be too quirky with it, really.
Yeah.
I want the ability to make things appear. I want a time machine. Bam, there it is.
Yeah.
Why all the elaborate, draw a clock?
Well, I mean, there is a little flourish in that, but we just tore it apart.
Yeah, we did.
What was the second one?
The second one, I can't remember what the second one was.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the first one too much.
Yeah.
So,
and trying to pick up the
and
chick.
did she say what her things were? Did you get that far?
No, they didn't continue with that. She just she humoured his
was
ones.
Was he ever asking her questions?
He wasn't. That's the thing.
Yeah, you got to ask a girl.
No,
questions.
big time. Yeah, you got to show mad interest.
Yeah,
sure.
so
even if you're not.
So I think it's the
a
overall,
question am I boring you with this stuff?
Yeah. Well, that would be helpful, wouldn't it?
The thing is now is we all have a working knowledge of superheroes because of the movies. We all know Little Iron because Iron Man was a popular comic, but it was second tier. Right? But now we all know Iron Man, and then we got the Avengers and blah, blah. I bet you they try and reboot the Silver Surfer at some point, because he's a bit of a whiner, but they've made a new one.
Are you a comics man? Did you read comics?
When I was a kid, I read those comics. I read all the DC and Marvel stuff, all the basic, I did basic food groups. Batman, I loved Batman, and I loved Superman for a little while, and then I was just a Spider-Man freak, and I loved the Fantastic Four because I was in love with Sue Reed. You know what I mean? I went down that thing, Silver Surfer, and then there were real girls, and I dropped all of them. I always tell people, I'm like, why didn't people you were the perfect age for Star Wars? Nope, because after the first one, there were girls.
There were females around, and I was interested.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up Batman, though, because I did want to ask you, how did you allow Ben Affleck to beat you out in that audition for the new Batman movie? I know you were in the running there for... Yeah.
I just, I don't think I wanted it enough.
Yeah.
It's a costume and it's it's a lot of work and a lot of judging. I don't want to follow up Christian Bale. I'd like to be able to pick up the slack after Ben. Yeah. Of course, I'll be at Alfred's age then, so I might just go for that. That would be easier.
Dude, how good was Bale in American Hustler?
I actually don't love him in Batman. I don't like I can't stomach the American accent, and then this business was just. but I really like. I thought he was amazing in American Hustle.
Yeah.
He's great in Out of the Furnace. He's great in other things. He's
American Psycho.
Guy. American Psycho. American Psycho is a little almost a Nick Cage movie. It's almost a little bit over the top. It's almost well.
That's what's great about it. Yeah, totally.
But I think he's an interesting guy, Christian Bale. But he seems to be an actor that doesn't have a sense of humor. Yeah,
he's a real asshole.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just doesn't seem like a funny guy.
Yeah.
Robert Downey seems like a funny guy.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Affleck's a funny guy. There's that I think he's missing that component that makes him wholly likable.
Yeah.
But I guess I should worry about the career he's having.
Yeah, wow.
Nominated for Oscars every year.
Yeah, who needs it?
Yeah, he needs my opinion. Just keep talking.
Just keep talking. Just go through that loop. This is... This is what happens when we do live streaming.
Yeah, it's pretty off the cuff.
Oh, it is. Look, we just got the...
I think people like it, though. It's super punk.
Totally, dude. That's why, you're sporting the pseudo Pseudo.
I'm liking the hair, and I'm liking the tattoos as well. I'm liking
thanks.
the tattoos. I mean, I've got the suit shirt on, but I have got the half sleeve.
Oh yeah. Oh, you
well.
do. Yeah.
You can maybe see it through there.
Yeah.
Maybe there's things going on there. So I like
This
it.
got kind of sleevey this year. I started to add some stuff down here.
Are you going to do some more? You going to keep going with it? Or?
Well, my wife's like, these don't make them bubbles. They don't. You need their circles.
Yeah.
Which I just sort of liked, and then
Just
she's
give
like,
them
I think you
some
should add
context.
add them a little context, and then she's like, "Are you going to color them?" I'm like, color always looks good for a little while, and then it goes flat. I don't know.
Is that a drawing by?
So the two on my forearms are. This is my daughter True when she was 3. She drew this picture of me, and when my daughter Mighty was 3, she drew that picture of Amira. So that's the two of them.
That's excellent.
Nice.
Yeah, so those are the two best ones. Honestly, if I'd have gotten those 2 tattoos first, I might not got any others.
Done.
I
Yeah.
might have just said these are perfect because they are perfect.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love getting them.
Yeah.
And I think it's that thing now where it has nothing. There's nothing punk about me. There's nothing.
Not about it. But I was going to say, with regards to the tattoos, like everybody.
It's just a choice. It's
exactly.
It's like getting a couch. It's just like a thing you like, and it's the way you do it. And I find it very sexy on women. I love sleeved women.
Yeah.
My wife has a couple of tattoos, but it's not. It's a different thing than it used to be. Now it's literally just interior decorating your body. You know
Yeah,
what I
this is
mean?
true. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, upper management has it. They'll be sporting it on their little. You see something coming out of their shoe.
Yeah.
When they're coming in. It's like, okay.
On their
What's
face.
going on there?
Where was your first one? What was the first tattoo?
Oh, it was just ridiculous. I think it was here. It was literally just that. I got it with Garofalo. It was just that heart.
Do you want to run through it?
So-
Explain it.
So it's
No, it was the tiniest tattoo.
You got it with Garofalo?
Literally just that yellow thing with the heart in it.
Did you date Garofalo at some stage? You
we
did.
dated. And then I had a guy put this around it, and then I didn't love that. Then I drew this, and they did that. And then that's Amira. That's my wife. And then that's my daughter. And then I have a moon on my back, and I've got 2 guitars on my legs that I got on LA Ink.
oh, nice.
And and then that's it. But it's
cool.
and it's one thing that like some of them I love, some of them I'm like okay with, but I'm not a very regretful person. I don't I have some regrets, but also I'm like everything that's a regret's just a character builder, and then you turn it into a bit of stand up and you're fine. So,
Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
It's a very philosophical episode today. We're getting very meaningful. It's very
Of course, man. When you got Barrington, who's been through what he has and come through out on the positive end.
Yeah, I mean,
seriously.
Yeah, I've I'm less like everybody else. You have your ups and your downs, but things are good because I'm in fucking Australia now, and I'm thinking about busking. When I've done that.
Yeah, okay. What would you do?
Like over at the subway where the train is, where the shops are.
Yeah, Melbourne Central.
Flinders Station.
Melbourne Central or?
Yeah, over there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Melbourne Central, yeah.
I went down, and there was a dude jamming, and I thought, well, I have an amp with a battery in it. I only have 3 songs, and they're all instrumentals, but it might just be fun
Do it.
to do it and videotape it, or, on the phone. No, actually, I'm going to do it on videotape.
Yeah, okay,
If there's anybody out there that has a VCR
Or
that
beta.
would like to videotape me, or beta,
Yeah, let's do Betamax.
I'd love to do it.
Let's do that.
And then we'll
Film.
put it direct to picture
We'll
disc.
confirm it to
Well, then I'll run it over to Blockbuster. I'll talk to their marketing manager.
I love it.
And we'll see if we can get it in their catalog.
I just always wanted, that's like a thing that I never really, I read an article in GQ about he was one of the writers who went and did it in New York. It was really cold, he and his buddies. But they had a band, and they went and did it, and for a couple hours, I was like, there's something intriguing about that.
Yeah.
There's something interesting about going and just standing there and
Have you
playing
never
the
done it
guitar.
anywhere, ever?
No, fuck no.
Really?
No, I had nothing but disdain for street performers. I don't know why. Because it's all somehow rooted in clown.
But didn't you ever love a jazz player on the corner of North Beach, Columbus, or something like that?
Sometimes there's somebody who'll surprise you. No, there was a guy I saw in Sydney who was insane. He was playing an accordion, but he was doing he sounded like the White Stripes. Like it was just nuts how good he was. There's really quality stuff. Mine would be it's just going to be terrible. It's just going to be scratchy guitar and all that.
There's this
stuff.
one dude that sits out on one of those main streets here in Melbourne, Swanson Street. He sits on a blanket, and I think he's kind of half-witted. and he attaches a little mini CD player to a little tiny amp, and he just plays music, and he
sings to
he
it.
like slurs, he slurs and sings, and it's basically
he gets some attention, and he gets a lot of money from it as well. People are throwing coins.
So what I'm telling you, Greg, is I think you might be as good as him almost.
I mean, I'd like to. I just want to see what that experience is like, because it's kind of scary. Like to me, that's way scarier than stand up, because stand up is a controlled environment for the most part, and people have come out to be in that room to see stand up. So there's already an agreement that you came for something you think, and I came to do something I think. Whereas if you just fucking plop yourself on the street, people are like, "Go fuck yourself." God, I don't need. What are you doing?
It's not like that here. It's not like that here, Greg. You will get people surrounding you, seriously.
Yeah, especially you as well.
No, I mean, I'm not saying...
I don't
you're not highly
think
recognizable necessarily to Australians, per se.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
people
recognizable to Americans.
Well, yeah, no.
Come on.
Not really. Not really. There are a lot bigger stars where I am.
Yeah,
so
good
you know
point.
what I mean?
Yeah,
like
good point.
I'm buried in the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm also... I had a brief moment of that, just a very brief moment after the first Oprah, and I did not enjoy it. Not a second of it. Did not enjoy that.
What did you get? What was the experience?
There's just too many people looking at you. That's all,
yeah.
and people saying weird and rude shit to you. And it's it's not boohoo. I was excited and it was fun, but I just am like I get the whole. That's not why I do this thing, and I don't think people do that. And it is a part of it, and and you're just nice to people. I was just nice to people, But it isn't cool. It's not fun. It doesn't feel great, and it doesn't, and it's also meaningless. But it's a thing that I thought for when I was a very long time. I thought I wanted. I was jealous of anybody that had it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want people to recognize me and come up to me and say, "Hey," in restaurants. It's nice when people compliment you, but it's just weird. Like, Ben Stiller is a good friend, and he can't go out of his house.
Yeah.
He can't walk through a fucking drugstore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can't. That is not he can't have that life. I mean, at some point, maybe he's an old man, but that's weird.
Yeah.
Think about that. Think about that. You can't just walk down to the subway, or you can't just do something that you don't even. Everything you do is being clocked.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I guess you're having a subway. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is you're doing, you get judged.
Greg Barrett likes extra Swiss on his steak sandwich. Oh, he's putting on the weight, isn't he?
A little bit.
And then they'll get that close-up circle shot of your
right in there.
your pinky finger that has
That's all.
His cuticle is overgrown as well.
Yeah.
That's not
Stars
cool.
are just like us.
Yeah.
But you have to be a star for that.
Now, unfortunately, we have only 45 minutes on our recording system. We're at 41 minutes here now, so just turn it over to Greg. I don't know if you wanted to tell the folks. Obviously, you're doing the tour. You don't even know where your next date is, though. Is that correct?
I don't. I think it's the capital.
Yeah,
I think the capital is
which is Canberra.
One. Yeah. Canberra. I think that's
one thing I did want to run through with you. Just how to say some of the names here. So the town you're in now is called what?
Melbourne.
Nice.
Oh, right. I had a lesson the other night. Just drop the R's and add some I's.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And Canberra. And this outro tune is for Greg Barrett, too, one of our favorites.
Yeah. Love it.
So let's just
Guns
listen to a bit of ska. Yeah. Ska to lights.
Yeah. Good boy, pick it up.
Pick it up. We are both ska fans, as you well know, or you should by now.
No doubt does this live.
I'm a new ska fan. I am the new ska fan.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's hope so. Don't go into punk ska or ska core. Fuck all that shit.
First and second wave.
First and second wave only.
Two-tone
and Jamaican only. Rocksteady and fucking first wave. Yeah, that's what we're talking.
And a handful of bands from the third do it right.
Such as Fishbone.
Fishbone does it right. Some of the early No Doubt stuff sort of fun.
Oh, yeah, No Doubt.
Really ska. I think some of the rancid ska stuff's the best rancid stuff.
Okay.
I think their skanking stuff, is great. And Tim Armstrong made a record called The Poet's Life that is one of the best ska records that's ever been made.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Really good. You'd like it.
Good
stuff.
stuff.
Very much like this.
Yeah. Tight. Good stuff, man. All right, well, fucking hell. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's just been an absolute honor to have Greggy on board today, man.
Thanks for coming, man. How was it? Was it good? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
It was different. It's one of those things. You can tell your family about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably call my dad right now.
You won't believe it.
Oh my God.
The Generational Boys.
And again, man, it's just a genuine pleasure.
Generational.
Irrational.
You're generational. Generational.
Actually, can you give a griffin to this guy who's one of
Oh, Hey, Dave. Griffonis. Makes me so mad. I have to think of his face.
I love it. All right,
then. I guess we are out.
Podcast day, another week.
And thanks one last final time to Greg Brandt. We'll let him close out the show with a profound comment and possibly another griffon. Over to you, Greggy, and we out.
Lady.
Glitter done, everybody. Glitter done.